top of the weather with Hurricane Ida expected to make landfall tomorrow in Louisiana. Meteorologist Rick Kirby has a look at that and your local forecast. Rick?
Yeah, this is going to be an incredible storm for Louisiana. Winds of 130 miles per hour at least. It's a Cat 4, and hopefully it will not be deadly, but it will have that potential. Let's get you up to speed. First of all, Tampa tonight, very quiet. We've had a couple of outer band rains earlier today, but for the most part, it's been a dry evening. It is a cloudy sky out at the airport right now. 84 degrees the current temperature. The dew point high. It's muggy outside, of course. East-southeast winds at just 5 miles per hour. Winds gusted much of the day near 20 miles per hour. There's a look at radar. So we're not seeing these bands here right now. They're farther out to the west. Here's a look at Ida right now. So winds are at 105 miles per hour. These are the latest numbers from the National Hurricane Center at 11 o'clock. And this hasn't increased in intensity since 8 o'clock. So that's good news. But it is going to continue to intensify. By tomorrow morning, this is probably going to be a Cat 4 hurricane with winds of 130 miles per hour as it nears the shore sometime midday, early afternoon tomorrow. This is currently about 350 miles to our west-southwest. So that means the strongest winds are coming out about 100 miles from this. So this is plenty to our west. We're not really seeing much wind at this point. We probably won't going forward. So not a breezy night for us tonight. And then the storm is about 165 miles to the south-southeast of the Louisiana coast. So, you know, there have been mass evacuations in many places and a lot of people being recommended to leave, especially coastal areas where this is going to be absolutely incredible. There is the forecast for tomorrow morning, 130 mile per hour winds, a Cat 4 storm making landfall there as well. And then look at this. It's still tomorrow afternoon and evening at 100, then weakening on Monday morning to around 50. So still a big wind maker here. That's a tropical storm still with heavy rainfall. There's going to be a lot of power outages, and that storm surge will just be absolutely devastating along the coastal areas. Good forecast consensus here, which means our confidence is high. This is where it's going, and that's unfortunate for this area, of course, but there you see that. Hurricane warnings for all of coastal Louisiana. Tropical storm warnings farther to the north because the wind may not be quite hurricane strength as you go inland, but as it will weaken as it moves to the north. Now, we talked about that storm surge. 10 to 15 feet will be the max storm surge, especially in that right front quadrant where the wind is pushing all of that water on land. And so imagine 15 feet tall of water as you're looking at it. Just absolutely incredible. And rain totals are going to be incredible as well. There'll be pockets of 20 inches of rainfall. Of course, flooding is a concern. You know, with Hurricane Katrina 16 years ago tomorrow to the date, flooding was a big concern there. Now, they've spent billions of dollars there to fix their levee situation, the pumps there to get the flooded waters out of there. So hopefully that will protect them in New Orleans. But there's going to be a lot of devastation across the state. We are watching also Invest 97L. It could become a named storm. Tropical Depression 10 is expected to tomorrow. That would be Julian if that becomes one. And then Kate's the next name up. So we'll see how these go. But those two storms should all push away from us. So no big concerns. But there's the rest of the storm name list for this season. So watch the forecast model. Fairly quiet here tonight. There are those outer rain bands. And look at that, just for the most part to our west. Some of these caught up in that flow. And we'll see some of that in the afternoon and the evening tomorrow. But you see the storm making landfall sometime midday, early afternoon tomorrow. And then we're going to watch again for some heavy showers and storms at least late afternoon through the evening tomorrow. So here's that 7-day 93 tomorrow. You see the rain and storm chance. And then we're going to continue storm chances, of course, this time of the year every day next week.